Okay, so for adding and subtracting negative numbers, we need to think about what's happening in between the calculation. Alright, so these boxes are just numbers, right? So this is just a random number, and this is a number, and so is this, and so is this. Okay, so if your calculation has got a number and it says add on a negative number, right, we're just going to look at what's happening in between them. And I've got a plus sign and a takeaway sign side by side. Alright, and that tells us that we're going to take away. So our calculation becomes whatever the number was there, and then we're going to take away that number there. Alright, next one. If I look at these two numbers and what's happening between them, I've got a takeaway and a takeaway sign. And because they're side by side, that tells me it's going to change into an add. So my calculation will become something add something, and we add the two numbers together. So you'll notice I've got a wee number line at the side here. Okay, so I've got 0 in the middle, and it goes up in the positive numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up. And then below it I've got my negative numbers, so from 0, -1, -2, -3, and so on down to -10. Which is just going to help us, a rough guide. Some of my questions have got numbers that are a wee bit bigger than that, but we'll worry about that later. Anytime I'm adding, so in this case here, my number's going to get bigger. I'm going to move up the number line. And anytime that I'm taking away, like this one here, my numbers are going to go down the number line from wherever I'm starting. Okay, so I've got a couple examples and see how you got on. So I've got 4 add -3. Now the brackets are nothing to worry about. We tend, a lot of the questions that you'll see have got brackets around the negative number, and it's just to keep it tidy. It makes it look a little bit neater. Alright, but you don't need to worry about the bracket. Okay, so 4 add -3. So I'm going to cover up the two numbers, and I'm just going to look at what's happening in between. Hold on. So I've got an add and a take away side by side, and that tells me I'm going to take away. So my calculation is going to become 4 take away 3. So if I'm starting at 4 and I'm taking away 3, I'm going to end up at 1. Alright. So question 2, I've got 13 take away -7. Okay, so again, I'm going to ignore the numbers and just look at what's happening in between. So I've got a takeaway sign and a takeaway sign. And according to my rule up here, that tells me I'm going to add. So that changes into 13 add 7. And 13 add 7 is 20. So we can work that out quite easily. Okay, where it starts to throw people and gets a bit confusing is when I've got a negative number to begin with. Alright, but if I follow my rule and I ignore the number, and I ignore the number, and I just look at what's happening in between, I've got a plus and a minus. And if I look at my rule up here, that tells me I'm taking away. So I'm starting at -10, and I'm taking away another 8. So if I look at my number line here, I'm at -10, and when I'm taking away, I'm moving down the way. So I'm getting 8 further away. Now I'm probably going to run out of room, but you kind of get the idea. So if I'm at -10 and I move down another 8, that'll be -18. Okay. Next one, cover up my -7, cover up my 4, and I'm just looking at what's happening in between the two numbers. So I've got a takeaway and a takeaway, which means I'm going to add. So my -7 stays -7, that changes to an add, and I'm adding on 4. So my starting number is -7, so that's here. I'm adding, so that means I'm moving up the number line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives me -3. Okay. Now my next one's a little bit strange. So I've got -8 take away 12. If I look in between, there's only a take away sign. So if there is only one thing, well, that must mean that's what we're doing. So I'm doing -8. I'm taking away another 12. So my starting point is at -8. That's down here. I'm moving down 12. I don't have enough on there, but it's negative 20. Okay, and last one for adding and taking away, I've got a 24, 24, and in between I've got a plus and a minus, so that must mean we're taking away. So that's telling me to do 24, take away 24. So my answer is 0.